welcome to Planet Dane's first career day. And today what we're going to do is we're going to be talking with two and possibly three people who are doing some great and big things in sustainability. Sujata works for Dane County Department of Waste and Renewables. You're currently a sustainability engagement coordinator, but prior to that, you were a solid waste engineer. So I think it's really important for us to understand titles. So can you tell us a little bit about what both of those positions are? You can unmute yourself, Sujata.
Yeah, sure. And just wanted to thank you again for this opportunity to speak a little bit about my role in the work that I do. When I started working for the Dane County Department of Waste and Renewables, I was actually a graduate student. So I was getting my master's in social innovation and sustainability leadership, which was a super cool program for 2 years. And during that time, there was an internship opportunity available at the Dane County Department of Waste and Renewables for solid waste interns. So that's kind of how I got my foot in the door for being in that solid waste engineering space. And my background is actually in civil and environmental engineering. And so I wanted to sort of take this engineering knowledge and base that I had learned in undergrad to the next level of how can we move beyond the status quo of what we're currently doing and into a more sustainable, regenerative future. And that's kind of where my master's came in. And so, yeah, it just lined up really well. I moved to Madison. I happened to interview the director of the department for my grad program project, and it kind of turned into oh, hey, you just moved here and you're looking for an opportunity to work. And we have this, sort of project and programs going on and could use extra help. And an interview ended up being a job offer to intern here. So that's kind of how I got into the solid waste position here. And then throughout my time working as an intern here, I ended up doing a lot of outreach and communication related work because we realized that there wasn't a lot being done in that area as a department, and we were doing a lot of great things, but we needed to be better at sharing those stories. And so a lot of my role here within the department sort of became that outreach and communication related work. And as I began doing that work, it became apparent that it was really beneficial to have somebody doing that work. And the department was able to create this sustainability engagement coordinator position full-time so that it could be a position where we have someone completely sort of focused on outreach, education, and working on sustainability related projects.
Wonderful. Now, Sujata, I saw a quote from you that said that you are determined to be part of the generation that creates a paradigm shift toward regenerative and respectful material use in our society. That's a big statement. Tell me a little bit about that.
And this kind of goes into the story of how I ended up working in this business of trash. So as a little girl, I never could understand why people would just throw things away with like such disdain or disgust, like, we don't need it anymore, throw it in the trash. And I always thought, like, whoa, like this could be used for X, Y, or Z. And so I was that kid that would dig through the trash bin and the recycling bin, making like Barbie house dolls and rockets.
Fellow eco geek like Marissa calls herself.
Yes. Yeah, and I actually resonated a lot with your story, Marissa, because I too, was raised in a family where we weren't environmentalists. I just had a lot of questions and didn't understand why systems were the way they were. And in my lifetime wanted to challenge that and ask why. And so, this interest in kind of trash and where stuff goes sort of developed as I got older into, wow, I really want to work in this field because I don't feel like people of this earth, we were meant to just extract, consume, and throw. indefinitely, it's not sustainable. And how can we create a more regenerative relationship, which means how can we have a relationship with our resources where both the resource is able to thrive, as well as communities that are using the resources are able to thrive, so that there's mutual thriving. And by existing, we're not harming the ability of each other to exist. And there's a lot of respect and awareness when it comes to that, what does it mean to properly use a material and know if you are using it in a way that is not harming the ability of the resource to replenish itself.
Well, you know what? I actually love the fact that when I came upon just talking to you, we were talking about something that were very much involved with launching, called the Trash Lab.
Yes.
So the Trash Lab, just in you talking just then, just thinking about how it sounds like everything that you're talking about, you put into the Trash Lab.
Yes.
And it's just, tell us a little bit about it, because it's just a wonderful mobile exhibit. I would love to go to Wisconsin and be able
Please
to
come.
see it, because it's just a wonderful exhibit from inside and out. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, sure. And yep, you're spot on. Sort of the narrative that I've been talking about is, how can we bring more mindfulness into the way that we are interacting and using resources is really the goal of the Trash Lab. We really wanted visitors to think about the relationship with stuff, and the journey of stuff, where it comes from, what we do with it, and where it goes. And so I was able to receive grant funding to build a mobile exhibit to kind of talk about that. And so we wanted to talk the talk and walk the walk. So I was able to track down an old trailer that somebody didn't want anymore, and we purchased it and we retrofitted it into becoming this Trash Lab. So inside, it's filled with exhibits that talk about what is trash, where does it go here in Dane County, what do we do with it, and what sort of future do we want to create together as a community when it comes to managing in our materials, in a way that creates, again, more thriving for the resources and the communities that are using those materials. And so it was a very fun project, because we partnered with the Madison Children's Museum here in town, which was also an unlikely partnership. And kind of like Marissa is saying, it's really fun and important to invite people in your community, maybe people you wouldn't even expect to, interact or collaborate with, because a lot of magic can come from those sorts of unique collaborations and partnerships. And I can certainly say that was true of the Trash Lab. It was such a blast to work with the Children's Museum. What better group to help us, take these complex science and engineering topics and dissect them into easy to understand graphics, images, and displays.
And what's been some of that feedback that you've been receiving from the Trash Lab? I know it's been so great, especially from children and parents, right?
Yeah, it's been fantastic. I've had people tell me that they knew somebody who went to see it, and they couldn't stop talking about it. And the Trash Lab has also inspired other school projects as well. So it's been really neat to see the sort of dialogue and projects that have spurred from that. And just in terms of recognition, the Trash Lab has been recognized locally, statewide, and even internationally most recently for the impact that it's having. Because it's really gotten conversations starting. A lot more people have engaged with us. They know about our work. People are asking to be involved. And it's just really cool that the Trash Lab has given us a way to start an important conversation in a really fun, through a fun, whimsical exhibit. And we have this ceiling of the Trash Lab lined with objects that were pulled out from our waste stream. And to show people, it's often a lot of people's favorite part, and to show people, these are all just resources in the wrong places, just setting aside time to reflect and provide space for people to do so with the Trash Lab has just been really, really great, for making.
Go ahead and brag a little bit, because you just got a very big award.
Yes, so we were recognized by the International Solid Waste Association, and yes, such a thing exists.
In Singapore.
In Singapore, yes, at in Singapore during the World Congress that association hosts every year. And so they host an award competition for projects and campaigns in the communications area. And so they had heard about our trash lab project, and we're encouraging people to submit applications. So I put in ours and we received first place. So that was really cool to be recognized internationally for the work that we've been doing, and then just share our story so that other people can have their own trash lab-esque inspired projects, because it doesn't have to look like ours. Just having any sort of forum or space where people can really take the time to talk trash and think about their relationship with stuff is a trash lab us. Yeah. That's what I tell people, Monica. I spend my days trash talking, literally. To find out more about the Trash Lab and some of the other really cool sustainability related projects that we have going here at the Dane County Department of Waste and Renewables, you can visit landfill.countyofdane.com, and we've got a projects tab, so you can learn about our Trash Lab project. Also, our sustainability campus project is another really cool one that I'm working on. So more to hear on that in future, but we're also on Facebook and Instagram, so you can search Trash Lab on Instagram and find us there, and then Dane County Landfill on Facebook.
Really good pictures of the trash lab as well.
Yes.
If you get to Madison, Wisconsin, you want to check that out.